Love and all right. Check. Thank you so much. For bearing with me. Love and bless to you. I am Darvest. Welcome to this live stream. All right. Round 3. Love and bless to you. Peace and love. In lak'ech, I see you as another version of myself. I see myself as another version of you. Love, bless, this body is blessed and holy. Thank you, gratitude for being part of my life. So glad you're here. I'd like to thank Callie from the Colorado Forest Beings channel, and I'd like to thank Callie's family for supporting him in his endeavors to go out and make these videos. So that I can make these images work here. I've taken a bunch, like 12 or something screenshots we're going to look at today, and it's a lot to get through, but we're going to do our best to get through these as quickly as possible. But I just wanted to point out before we get into this is that there's 4 other live streams with images that we've looked at from the Colorado Forest Beings channel, and so go check those out. And in those videos, we found some really interesting things here. So check out those other videos for more information. But let me just tell you, we have found a bunch of faces, a bunch of amazing paintings. We found faces with paintings on them. We found a deer on the forehead of this guy, including multiple other images. So go check out those other videos. And today is going to be no less fantastic. So we're going to look at some something here real quick. I called this particular live stream Going to the Zoo with Colorado Forest Beings. So what I want to point out right here is in this image, we have a bird of prey, maybe a vulture, in this image right here. So I'm just going to highlight these lines that are already here for this bird. And I maintain, and we've seen evidence in these other videos, that these images, these shapes that we're seeing here, were all shaped and painted in the past. But they were all made to look exactly like this, and they used something called the relief carving style, where rock was removed and to make the shape that we see here. And the shape that we see here was also painted in the past. So they would shape the rock, and then they would do a combination of shaping the rock and painting it to make this image of, in this case, a bird. And the bird seems to have some very long legs. So that's where I was going with it being vulture or something. It does appear to be some sort of a bird of prey. It also appears to have been painted in the past of different colors, of mainly black probably. But we can see here that there's a little eye here on this guy right here. I mean, when we zoom in, you can really see what I'm talking about here. There's some really interesting details on this particular feature that shape up the feathers. I mean, if you can't see that that's a bird with feathers right there, and that was shaped and painted in the past to make it look like a bird. I mean, the alternate theory is to go with like what the Mod Fossil University would say, which is this is the fossil of a bird. And it'd be interesting to have some experts go out there and look at this, or to have Roger do an analysis on this image here. But I think even down here, you can see where the kind of black ends on the feet, and it goes into maybe a different color. And we can see remnants here of the black pigment, I would say. Like all of this was painted right here. But let me just draw in a couple of other lines, like this one right here, which seems to give it some more character. And we've definitely got all these feathers here. Now, is it another type of bird? I'm totally open to this being any kind of bird you want to call it. Look at all these little interesting features up on the top of the back of the neck here. These lines are already here, folks. I am not some fancy dry artist. I am just some guy who discovered these things in Montana a couple of years ago, and now I'm seeing them in other places. And these ones that Callie's found are very easy to see because there's not a lot of trees. The ones in Colorado are very overgrown. So there could be some other interesting pictographs here, or shapes that are, when you zoom in and you got close to this feature, that you would see. We've seen that on the other features in this area. So this dark black, all of this right here, this could be pictographs. All of this could be a pictograph right here of like maybe two deer fighting in here, right here in the center. That might be what that is. But anyway, there's the bird. There could be another bird or other imagery here, but the photo quality doesn't get very good. But this bird came out super clear in my mind. I was like, oh shit, that's a bird. Oh, excuse me. That's a bird. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, did I see anything else in here? I took a brief look at this earlier, and it definitely wants me to have a better image, maybe. But there could be something here. Like, here's somebody who's got a very interesting hairstyle. His little mouth is right here. So, welcome to the Face in Time channel. My name is Darvest. I am also a human and artist, and I see faces in the rocks. or potentially what could have been past representations of people in these rock images. I kind of butchered that one, but you can see where I'm going with this. That bird, though, whew, no doubt. Okay, so let's just do a quick file save. And okay, and we'll close that one. And I have another image queued up here that was very exciting. This is again from Cali. All of these images are from Cali at the Colorado Forest Beings channel. Check them out. And oops. So this image here on the left. Let's just start with this one. Go check out Callie's video, because in the video, I'm not using the video here today. It's too many things for me to handle right now with my live stream. And the video has all angles of this, and from all angles, at least from the front part of this, there are image of this face, and it looks like a face from pretty much all angles. So we have a face of something here, but what is it that we have here in this particular image? So we're taking a good look at it here, aren't we? We've got a very up close personal perspective right now. What do you think it is? We just saw the bird image, and we're going to take a look at a couple of other images here to the right of this face. And well, I won't ruin it for you. They're very interesting as well. But if we think about in the animal theme, I titled this video at the last minute. I changed it to like visiting the zoo, because I think what we have here is, again, this rock has been relieved. It's been carved. Rock has been removed to make this shape right here. But if we zoom out and we look to the right of this face that I've already highlighted, do you see that there could be a couple of other images here, like in the animal theme? And in the animal theme, if we again say that all of these rocks have had rock removed or relief carving style, then this guy on the far right for sure looks to me like it has had rock removed. Like they would, you know how they chip away at the arrowheads to make them into the shape of an arrowhead. At least the Native Americans, we know they did that with different rocks. And we have some channels and I have a book that I found by James Gaskins is an author of a book called Stone Effigies of the High Plains Hunters. I highly recommend taking a look at Mr. Gaskins' book. It's super interesting, and shows that people were making rock art of all different styles. We know about the traditional Southwest American style rock art, the pictographs, those kinds of things. So this one here, I drew this earlier, and it's kind of interesting to find this line here. These lines are already here. I'm not some fancy artist. I'm getting through it, though. I'm getting better at art. I'm going to apologize if you've been following along so far, but look at the pink rock here. Look at the pink rock. Pink versus gray rock. I always like to point this out. We have very interesting color variants here at the bottom of this rock. It's very, very different in the color to all the other rock around it. Okay, we have some pink rock over here, but it's a little pixelated. And for whatever reason, probably because... Okay, so now we back out. And we're definitely starting to see some faces come in here of some different critters. Okay. Look at the shape of these rocks right here, right where I'm painting this down here. Look at this line right here. Let's take a look at that line right there. Look here, there's a bunch of other little lines here. Got another line right here, a little more prominent. Let me look at that one again. So we get in here, you zoom in, and you can start finding all these little lines on here. And you might find that these little lines add up to being something else. Or it could be just lines. And it honestly didn't help with what I was trying to create. What I saw previously. I don't know. That's interesting, though. There could be like a face down here. It could be two faces. This could be multifacial. I'm going to size this down a little. So we have one face here. And we have another face right here, perhaps. With another eye. Yep, there it is. There's an eyebrow. So these little details, they were painted in here in the past. They were drawn in just similar to what I'm doing right now. And when you were 5 miles away, you might not see all these little, you wouldn't see all these little details. In fact, you would pan back and you would see probably, oh gosh, like I was seeing an eye right in here, and I see all of these different lines going out this way and this way and this way, and then this kind of is darkened in here. And then we have some roundy bits there. We definitely have something here. Sorry, this is taking a long time. All these little lines. Okay, get these up on the top here. Get these black lines on the top. If these rocks were shaped and they were painted, and then we're looking at something that's severely faded over hundreds of years, thousands of years maybe. All these little details would have made up, you would get close and you would see like some pattern there. But from a long ways away, it just would look like whatever this overall head is. And I'm not sure what it is now. I thought it was a marsupial of some sort. But if we call that the eye, now all these other little details here of the eye. Sorry, I've got a bug on me. Alright, so, ding, ding, ding. It's an eye. Oh gosh, it looks like there's some red coloring in the eye. Let's try red. So again, we have a theme of there being animals in the area. So this eye could be of different makeup than what you and I are used to seeing, because it's from the animal kingdom. And it could be of a different color, and I don't know of anything that has color eye like that, but this could be a really old creature. This could be dinosaur age. Let's put some blue eyes over here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, I'm pretty sure I've ruined that somehow, but I think I can definitely say that there was all kinds of imagery here in the past, and we definitely need a better photo of this. But let's take a look at this guy. I'm going to try and keep it a little more simple on this one, because I'm pretty sure this is an image of a sloth, is what I see here. This is the face of a sloth. Sloths used to be very common here in the past. In the North America, we had the giant sloth. And I don't have any imagery here of a giant sloth, but other than this, what I believe this face is right here is a giant sloth. So oh wait, that's a bit overstated there. Okay, so there's sloth. Pretty much right there's sloth. It's got a bunch of details here in his face right here, underneath his eye, where the rock has been removed to make this look like a face. All of this rock has been removed underneath his right eye, or the eye on our left as we're looking at him, or her, whatever this critter is. I'm not sure, I don't want to misgender it, but you know what I'm saying. This is our little guy right here. All right, so that's the sloth. And then over here, I think we have a marsupial, but man, now I'm like, let me just try something here. Just like, look how white in color, light colored this is right here compared to the other rock. Our other rock has all kinds of coloring to it, but this rock right here, what if this, instead of marsupial, was saber-toothed tiger? Do they have golden eyes? So from a long ways away, oh, interesting, you would see tooth and eye. But then again, you get up close and you'd see all these other details, including other faces. All right, super fun, right? So what is this guy then? Ding, ding, ding. Something I noticed on this character in the beginning were these all angles of this face. You have these two kind of very roundy areas on the front here, and this nose is a very interesting shape right here. Let's take a look at this nose. This nose has some character lines to it. Look at that. This is really interesting. Now you can see here how the rock's been removed in these underneath these eyes and inside of the eyes, but maybe like each eye here has some different. I mean, the shadow is different, so it's tough to tell. But good Lord, this looks like a face right here. Doesn't this look like a face right here? You guys see this face right here? Oh, that's funny. All right, and then, I mean, the rock is definitely a different shape for each eye. So maybe the eye on the right side of the image here was filled with agates and jewels. Oh, look at these right here underneath the eye. Oh, wow. There's eyelashes right here. Look at these straight lines. There's all these straight lines coming out from the bottom of the eye right here. Look at this. These are the eyelashes. I don't see any on the top side, though. So, you know what I do see, though? Inside here, it's not very clear, but inside the eye, sort of that shape right there. I'm not sure what that means. It could be that the eye was open on one side and closed on the other side, like the animal is having a winking experience. It's winking at us. Maybe. See, look at the left eye. It's very different. It's painted black on the bottom side here, and all of the eyelashes are kind of pointing downwards. That's what it looks like to me. And so the eyelid looks closed. There is another image underneath the eye here, though, and it could be that the eye was painted. Let's remove all of my little hashtags here. Get this right here. It's right here. I think we have. It's possibly image of a fox here. So you'd get up close and you'd see the image of something that was in the eye, but from a long ways away, it would just look like an eye. Is possibly what's happening here. It's very hard to see this part right here. Definitely some character lines, though. Look at the pink versus gray rock here, though. You know, I love to look at the pink versus gray rock. It's interesting. Again, I think this whole rock was covered in paintings. I believe the whole entire rock was covered and painted. That is my guess, and I would like to have a better image of this. So I might be coming to you, Callie. Definitely want to get out there at some point and look at this myself. But wow, that is just incredible. Look at all this dark coloring on this. There's actually some white coloring here. So what we have, it looks like black lines on white paint in this section right here. This is like, you know, the stories of the ancients right here. Like they left all, this is like in India, the temples are the universities. And so all the history and knowledge is left in the temples, in the walls, and they would carve it in and they would paint it into the walls. All the stories from their ancient texts are built into the temples. And at least in the areas where I grew up in Washington and Oregon, you know, the natives would say that the mountains were their temples. The Native Americans. And like here, close to us here in Oregon, but it's in Washington, it's called the Shasta Pinnacles. And there's some imagery there in the rocks of salmon and coyote and squirrel and look at that. That was crazy looking. What is it? I don't know. I mean, I'm probably interpreting this whole thing wrong. I'll probably get a good image someday. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I just want to point out this line right here. Complete contrasting color of rock here. So again, all of this rock was shaped and painted in the past. I think we can agree on that right now. So why is this here? Why is the coloring of the rock so different? Is there another image here? Well, Let's look at a new photo, shall we? Okay, we looked at that one. Oh, yes. What do you think this one looks like? So we've seen bird today, and we've seen sloth, I would say. We've seen some sort of a furry. And we've seen maybe that was saber-toothed tiger, and maybe we saw what looked like a pig. Again, I want you to look at the striations, I think it's called, on the rock here. Where the rock has been removed, you can see the lines on the rock here. Look to the left and below the yellow line as I'm drawing this. Do you see right here all of these lines? The rock was shaped. And I think we can see here some remnants of some green paint, perhaps. Well, I haven't done a very good job here. I think it's really beneficial to zoom in on these images that Callie's been finding at the Colorado Forest Beings channel. So again, this is from the Colorado Forest Beings channel. Sorry, Callie. And this image is I'm very grateful for this image. Thank you. Please visit his channel at the Colorado Forest Beings and subscribe to his channel, because he's finding some really interesting things out there right now, and in the past he's also found some things. I've actually been a subscriber for his channel a couple years now. My friend Matthew pointed out the Colorado Forest Beings channel to me, and Matthew I met in Montana. We explored the Montana megaliths together as friends. Or we became friends during that process, and I hope we're still friends. Okay. So really interesting color on the back here. Potentially, again, all the rock has been removed. All the rock has been shaped. It's been... Maybe this rock sort of looked like this in the past, like any carving of any kind of thing. And the artist will tell you that the image was already in the rock and I just had to bring it out. So here's the image gosh. Do I have to paint it green? These lines are already here. The front is a little obscured by this bush. I mean, I don't even really want... It's like almost perfect the way it is, really. I just feel like I wanted to put some green in here. To just, give the naysayers a little Somebody might be out there someday going, oh my God, now I see it. It's a frog. And somebody in the past saw this as a frog, and they made this into a frog, and they probably painted it into a frog. So anyway, there's frog. So what does frog have with him over here? We don't really know. But that's definitely frog. Next. Okay, so we saw a bird, we saw a frog, we saw a pig and sloth and maybe saber-toothed tiger. What's the next photo going to be? This is the next photo. You ready? What is it? This is all in the same area. Callie's looking up the hill here. So all these other features have been shaped and painted in the past. So what are these? These are very prominent. They've got good light on them. There's a lot of different colors here on this one on the left. And let's try just doing a little highlight here, shall we? Let me just see if I can make my pen work. Oops, I don't want that. Go for the yellow. And we're going to highlight here what I think is the outline of this particular feature. Now, this feature here is very interesting in the way that it looks like it's the head of something. Now, let me zoom in on this side. Look at the way this comes around here to form a chin line. And again, I want to just point out there's some real interesting colors here. And I think I'm going to go in with some black. If there's somebody out there that can't seem to follow along, I understand. And I'm going to do my best to draw this face out so to help you see it and to help me see it, because it's especially on the left side of the screen here, it's having a harder time. However, if we look at this as a multifacial technology, and we've seen multifacial rock art in this area in previous videos, look here at the bottom left-hand corner and take a look at this line right here. This line is looking very much like there's a face looking to the left. Check her out right here. We got a little bit of an eye and a little nose and a little mouth. And a little bit of shape of an ear right there. And we have even some extra lines here for the cheek and chin. They're not very clear though. They're super faded. I can just barely see them. This is also very pixelated, so I'm gonna leave myself an out here and saying this might not be actually there. But we also have some pink versus gray rock here. And I've found faces in those kinds of lines before. Okay, so back to this guy over here. Let's take a look at his chin line right here. And look to the right of this line. There's pink rock. And there's gray rock on the left. Let's take a look over here. Some interesting lines up here. This could be another face right here with the mouth coming across. Now, this guy's eye is right there. Looks like his other eye is right there. You can see his nose is right here. Look at his mouth. His mouth is right there. He's got a very prominent chin. Look at that chin line. All right. Well, that was interesting. So if we say that's a face, or even two faces, then what have we got on this side? This is also very interesting here. It's a bit pixelated. Definitely has a face in time vibe to it, though. Look at that. Like maybe they're looking up. Look at these black marks here. Look at this eye right here. Look at the nostrils. And the mouth appears to be open, maybe. There could be teeth showing in paint. It's tough to say, though. It's really tough to say. It definitely looks like a face, though. Actually. Oy. It's my cell phone dying. No, don't mind that. Yeah, that totally looks like a face going up, looking up towards the sky. Look at the hair down here. It's white color. Totally different color of rock. Look at the pink versus gray rock here. Let me draw this line. Pink versus gray rock. It's coming right along this line right here. Now, geologists would say that's totally normal. You're going to have different geological layers in any given area. Look at this down here. Look at all the symbology right here. Look at this. There's a bunch of stuff right there. There's a bunch of stuff right here. Look at this. Look at this right here. What is all this right here? Look at his collar. Or her. Probably all these rocks down here were painted. They're not in focus right now, but look at the pink versus the gray rock here, guys. we just saw Two-Face. Okay, now who's open to multifacial? So what we have here is one face looking to the right and one face is looking to the left. Multifacial. One face looks to the left and one face looks to the right. Pretty interesting, right? Okay, so that's a smaller one. Now, what have we got over here? What do we got in the background? We got the pink versus the gray rock. What is it now? What is this feature here in the background? Is this an eye? It's tough to say. We can definitely say that right here we have different colors. We definitely have some pictographs here. Yeah, I think it's tough to say exactly what was on this wall. I have seen similar markings though in other places. If you can imagine, maybe you could stand back again from like 5 miles away and you'd see the top of this hill. You're looking at it from a long ways away, right? You're walking up from like 20 miles away. And you get closer and then you start to see what the details are, but maybe from a long ways away you would only see this top part. But this rock on the left here, I don't really see how it's been worked very much, but the one behind it from a long ways away, let's take a look at that. Let's fill in some of these lines here, shall we? Let's fill in some of these lines here. Let's try and highlight this edge here. Also want to look at the top part of this because I think it's intentionally designed here to look like potentially something. But look at this. All these lines, these were painted in the past. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Look at these colorings on this headdress. I'm going to call it a headdress right now. Now, I've seen some mega scale facial art in Montana, and I have posted some of that on my YouTube channel. You can go back and look at my other videos. So these people, they didn't do a lot of small stuff. They did a lot of big stuff. Excuse me. Gosh. Almost feels female. If you hear something coming up in the background, that's my heater. Just gonna have to apologize for that. It started getting cold. Gosh, there's like another face right down here. Like, here's an eye. All right, let me back this out. Look at all these interesting little lines right here. So again, I would say all of this was painted in the past. Look at the different color here to the right of my little line that I just drew here above the mouth. Different color of rock. Look at this right here. Is that the Adam's apple? I was leaning towards a female on the big one. All kinds of stuff down here. Oh, now it's raining. Getting all the sounds today, folks. Welcome to Oregon. Alright, this is taking too long. But you pan out, and it definitely looks like a face. All these lines are already here. Super boring, I know, but... Super interesting if you're me. I wonder what it looked like from behind on the other side of the smaller face that's kind of obscuring things now. Ooh, here's something interesting. Man, I need to get some high res. I think I'm seeing other animals in here, but it's tough to say for sure. Excuse me. Sorry, that wasn't very attractive, I'm sure. What do you think of this? So crazy. Yeah, we don't have the best angle on the light. I wonder what it looks like from the other side. But let's just point out over here, though. Let's just take this line right here. Look at this. This is all black right here. This is all black. Black, black. There's some black right here. Definitely have a line here. Also a line right here that's kind of interesting. So you may have another face, actually. It's like there's black and there's not black. What is this? What is this? Look at this. I thought it was like a color anomaly in the photo at first, but now it's definitely a different something of a line of color right here. Actually, maybe it comes in more like this. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it could be another face. I'm kind of getting tired on that one. Okay, let's see. We'll try a different one. All right, so we saw... No, we didn't see that one yet. Didn't see that one. We saw a bird. Why are these out of order now? All right, we just did that one. So we have this one next. Again, this is the same area. I want to say it's the same video. Well, we can say right here, rock's been removed. You can see the lines here where the rock has been removed. Right there. And I would say there's also evidence of painting here, here. Probably something here too. Okay. Again, there's evidence here that the rock has been removed. If you look at the striation lines here across this part of the rock, you can see where they removed the rock. It was chipped away right here. So they made this into this shape. Somebody in the past shaped this rock into this, whatever this shape is. And we may not be seeing it from the right angle. But I can definitely see where there's two eyes in this mountain, and so maybe when you back out it looks like a serpent's head, because they look like serpent's eyes to me, and I'm just going to point them out to you right now. As I'm going to come across this way on this one, and then over here is the second eye. So we have this here, we have this here, we have this here, we have this here. We'll just darken this in, and then on this side we have this here, we have this here. The other lines aren't as clear, are they? Could be here and here. So at the top of the hill, I've seen in Montana where they would use the eye symbology, and I interpreted it as they were marking their territory and saying, hey, to the invaders, you know, the conquistadors, the Americans, whatever you want to call it, the white people. And they wanted to make everybody know that this is their land and that we can see you, because we have the high ground. Perhaps. That was, again, my interpretation. I have to put the green on this one. All right, we looked at that one. We looked at that one. What do we have here? Excuse me. So, of course, Get all these little details here on this rock. Look at how it was chipped away. You can see again the striations. Look at how the rock was pecked away. Look at the different colors of the rock. Pink versus gray here is really in a random pattern, it almost looks like. But it may not be. It may not be random. Alright, well, we can definitely see a mouth right here. Really got some interesting lines on him. Could have some sort of a helmet. I mean, the shape of it, pretty tough to say that that is not a face of some sort right there. Excuse me. This whole thing was painted. Yeah, it'd be pretty tough to say that this was not a face. All right. Well, let's see. What else we got? I'm trying to get through as many of these as I can because... Okay, that was that one. So then we have this one. Not the best lighting on this. Let's... This is slightly better lighting. Check. All right, I'm just looking for inspiration here, folks. I think we're getting towards the end of today's broadcast. I'd like to thank the Cali from Colorado Forest Beings once again for bringing us these different faces in time from Colorado. Get the pink versus gray rock here, folks. Get this shape right here. Excuse me. Get this shape right here. Multifacial. Next time you go out in the field, maybe you'll see these things and you'll be like, oh my god. Yeah, alright. Peace and love to you all. Best wishes for the future. If you like this video, do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this with a friend. Peace and love to you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.